Hi friends, this is MD Vegan. Today I make a pear tart. There are these wonderful pears out there. I show you one here, my pear. I have a lot of them, and I kept them for a while in my little pantry, and it was really, they were hard. Now they are soft and ripe, have to be eaten. And today I thought, wow, I could make a pear tart with these wonderful pears, and I make some pears, just pears on a bottom, and some chocolate under the pears, and some pear jam on top to keep them together. That's the whole story, the baseline. I will show you how I make it. I have made some preparations already, but first it's always easy. I have my springform here. It's a small one, so I can make small cakes. Friends will enjoy. Each will have a little piece, and then the cake will be done, and they will all be happy and ask for the next one. And in that, that is here almost a little bit, almost maybe 2 cups of nuts. And this time I combine almonds with walnuts here. Walnuts, I thought, was the first thing that came to my mind when I thought about the pears. I thought maybe the sweet pear, the little bit bitter walnuts, that might be a perfect combination. So I will combine in my food processor to make the ground bottom, the dough. Here's the S-blade, you know, for the food processor to make the dough for the bottom. First I put in the nuts. I do that usually because once the nuts are ground, I can add the dates to make them sticky. It takes less time. I put the sweets, the dates or the raisins, whatever, together with the nuts immediately. It takes more time. So, save time. This is what I mean here. First, a coarse meal from the nuts, the walnuts and the almonds. And in this, I put my dates. They have been pitted, and there are 10 of them to make a sweet dough and to make it easily sticking. If I take only 5 or 3 dates, also possible, you want to save dates and sweetness and sugar, you can take less dates. But then you have to process longer. Far longer. This will not take so long because there are more dates. It gets sticky more easily. My logic, okay, the sticky part are the dates, so more dates, more stickiness, so easy. And I wanted to have a little bit sweeter and easier sticky. I'm looking from the top into my processing because I have a chance to detect when the dough will be sticky enough. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is nice and sticky. Here, the walnuts make it so easy. The almonds alone won't be that easy to make it sticky. You have to ground a little bit longer, or to process a little bit longer. But with the walnuts, it is faster. And what I see in the dough when it's processing to detect or determine when it's sticky enough, the dough begins to move in waves. At first it is just a mass, then it begins to make a little hole in the middle, and then it begins to turn over the sides and make some waves. And then I see, okay, that seems to be sticky enough. First now I spread the dough evenly, and once it's everywhere, the same thickness, I begin to press a little bit harder with the fingers. Harder, harder, harder. Always around, around, around. And then I take my knuckles and give the final touch. So all it has to happen that is the dough, the bottom needs to stick together, to keep together when I cut a piece out of the cake in the end, and the piece shouldn't fall apart, that's all. So that's why I have to press a little bit firmer now to make it a little bit better. Here, and that's all. That's my bottom, and it's perfect. And on that bottom, I put some chocolate, I show you. Here I have some dark chocolate. This is a raw chocolate, and it's pure chocolate without anything else, just the chocolate. So it is bitter, it's really bitter. And here's a bath of water under the little metal container here. That's the heat penetrate. And here is the hot water. It takes only 10 minutes, and the chocolate, I scraped the chocolate from the big chunk. They sell it in chunks, in bricks. With a chef's knife, I scratch it here on my cutting board, and they fall in small pieces, very small and thin pieces. And I put them into that container and let it melt. It's done. So now I put this chocolate onto my bottom. But before I do that, because it's bitter, I prepare myself to refine the chocolate. And I do it in a tricky way to make it easier. Usually I could now put into this chocolate something to make it more sweet or more chewy, softer. And what I want to put into it are dates. And here I make a date mousse. See, the date mousse consists out of dates only and a little bit of water, usually. Here I have 20 dates. Put the dates into the blender. They are pitted, of course, as you see, sweet Iranian dates. Very inexpensive and high quality. They have lots of dates in these countries in the Middle East. And if they come to this our Western civilization, they have these shops all over, and only they sell and buy their things there mostly. And if we go there, you can also find the same things. And now, very, very important part of this cake, this is a pear juice. Yeah, I have 5 or 6 pears juiced, and I have not a liter, maybe 3/4 of a liter. A little bit of this pear, together with 1 lemon, to make the juice not turn brown, to oxidate. Lemon is always nice to stop the oxidation a little bit, to keep it back. So I put a little bit of this juice into my dates, just a little bit, because I could also take water. But then I thought, no, it is a pear cake, so yes. If you really want to make date mousse, then you could take some more of the dates. It's easier with such a high-speed blender. We don't have a Vitamix. Vitamix goes slow, very slow in the beginning. See, this is a cream, a date mousse, and it is okay. I don't need to have it softer, a little more liquid. That's okay. All I need now, I want to refine the chocolate a little bit. This is totally okay. So this was all of the blending I would make today. So now I put my chocolate, the liquid chocolate, the molten chocolate, onto my ground, the bottom of the pear cake, pear tart. Put it in here. You see, it's very liquid. It's very nice. So I show you. This is what it looks like. It's not very much. It's just a little bit. It has a huge effect on the cake. See, it's very thin. Just a thin layer. I just spread it evenly. You can see it's very easy to do that. There's no problem, no technical skills are necessary. Just melt it and spread it, and anybody can do that, very easy. So making chocolate can be a little bit difficult because the temperatures have to be cool and all these things. Here is so easy. Just put it in, ready. And this is still liquid. It will firm up a little bit later, but I don't know how to refine the chocolate because it's so bitter, and it will turn very firm. Once the pears are on top and it's in the fridge, the chocolate will be very firm and crunchy. To make it a little bit softer, I put some date mousse in. You could also put some nut mousse in it, nut butter. It's also nice to have it a little bit more softer. But what I will do is put some date mousse in to make it a little bit sweeter. Just from my date mousse. Just some spoons. So, that is an easy way to refine the chocolate. See, like that. So, 2 tablespoons or so. I show you how much it is. Yeah, it's not much. You see? Just 2 tablespoons. And you see the chocolate is still liquid. And now I take a little fork and I spread it into the chocolate. I mix the chocolate with the date mousse. So I refine my chocolate in a very nice way. Very easy. When it comes to making chocolate, this is one of the tricky parts. To put something into the liquid chocolate, then you can destroy everything, you ruin everything if you don't pay attention. But in this case, it's very easy. Just so that's all I need to do. Now this is the second layer, the chocolate refined with pear juice and dates. Now let's say date mousse, that's enough. So, delicious. See what it looks like? This is not a bitter chocolate, but it's a pretty sweet chocolate. Now, the dates. Third layer, the dates. The pear, sorry, the pear. And here I show you, I have some pears here, and this time I peeled them. Yeah, I don't usually do that. I peeled them and I seeded them, you see? And I sliced them, you see? Slices. All slices. So I quarter the pears at first. I peel them, the vegetable peeler. Then I half them, I quarter them, and I take out the kernels, the seeds. And then I slice them like this. Here, see? I have these slices. They are very soft and breakable. But that doesn't matter. Just put them now here into my chocolate. That is not so important how I do that now. I would do it in an economic way, just to get lots of pears into my cake, and then there is not too much space between them. Yeah, that's all I have to take care of. And I don't know now how many pears I actually need for this cake. This might be too much, but I want to have some nice pears in there. I want to use some nice pears in my cake. I want to have a real pear tart. Should be lots of pears in there. So I took some, I think 4 or so, 4 or 5 pears I took. For the juicer, 5 pears, and another 5 pears for the slices here. I put them all onto the cake, just in layers, just the slices. So the slices, it's easy to have the slices in the cake, because then between the slices there is some space, and that space will be filled with pear jam. Yeah, I show you in the next step. I'll show you how I make the pear jam. That is very easy. I use my pear juice again. I showed you already. And into the pear juice, I will whisk some Locust bean gum. Locust bean gum is a wonderful binder that will make most delicious jams. And you won't get it very firm, the locust bean gum. You won't get it like that you could cut it or so. Yeah, it's not like a gel, and it's a little bit softer. But for a cake, to cover a cake and to fill the little holes in the cake between the fruit, it's okay. Yeah, and I see already I can fill the cake up. Maybe I could put. You see, this is what I have for now, almost full. But in the meantime, there are some pears left, and I might put them on the top a little bit later. First I will I show you how I make my jam. My jam. Here's the pear juice I show you already, and I have a bowl here. Put the pear juice in. You see, that is my pear juice. I show you this is easier maybe for you to see. Pear juice, you see, it's light. Some brown specks only, doesn't matter. It is really a nice little lemon, makes it pretty nice, durable. And in this I put the locust bean gum. It's very healthy. It's wonderful for digestion, and it doesn't really taste like something. So you can put it in, and the people they will eat it and don't even notice that there is something strange in it, like other binders would taste like something. You don't want to have that in that food. You don't like that flavor, so you have to be careful. This is different, and that's why I think it's a very nice binder. It's maybe my favorite binder, I would say. I have to be careful now not to have lumps in there. That wouldn't be nice. Always only a little bit, and then I go ahead whisking. Then there are no change for the lumps to build, because you don't have this gum as lumps in the jam. No, that's not nice. I hope that will be good. In the end, I hope I don't need more of the locust bean gum. I hope that will firm up enough. It looks pretty good now. It takes some time, and then it will firm up even more. So I have some work to do here. Nicely beat it up and whisk it. Seems good. Seems good to me. Okay. Now tomorrow in the fridge. So this is what I have now. See, it's still runny, but it's already firm. And I put that on my third layer with the pears. And I leave something for the final layer. Here. No. Touch that in my mouth. I can use this one. Now I put it onto the pears. And it's still liquid, so it will fill all the spaces in between the pears, I hope. And will make it all firm up a little bit. The pear juice with a little bit of lemon, that's all it is, and now the locust bean gum to firm it up. So I have some pears left. I can put them on top also. Now I have make sure that the jam is everywhere, not only on the top. You could also work with different layers. Put one layer of pears and one layer of pear jam, and so on until everything is nice covered by the jam. But this is nice too. I guess it will be okay. And so more of the pears. So I used almost all the pears I cut. That's nice. There are so it's like it was 5 pears. So you have a nice large cake. So this is good. See, there's not much left. I can have that a little dessert now. Not much. And so the rest of the locust, of the jam, comes on top. So the pears will be nicely covered. Oops. Yeah. When the pears are not covered, they turn brown, and that wouldn't be nice. So it's also good to have this kind of jam ready for your cakes. Makes a very easy cakes with this jam, because then you can use all kinds of fruits and make the jam out of the same fruit, and then you have also already something to cover them. And so it makes it to keep them nicer in a nicer shape. For the people who won't like to have these ugly looking fruit and they sit for a while, this fruit turn yellow and dark and they don't look very nice anymore. I already noticed it does turn firm up, so I'm sure by tomorrow I'll have a nice and wonderful cake. See, it's a huge cake, it's high, in a small form. See? Isn't that already looking very nice? My pear tart? Huge, huh? Small form, but huge tart. High with pears. I want to see what it looks like tomorrow. And now I will put it in the fridge, but I can't just put it like that, because that would not be nice. That wouldn't keep till tomorrow. Water would be on the top. And I put a plate on top, like I did before, earlier days. Put a plate on top, put it in the fridge to keep it safe. But then on the surface of the cake there are puddles, and that's not very nice. To prevent the puddles, you just need some foil. See, transparent, and it's okay. You can use this kind. It is very easy. You won't spoil your environment if you use the right one. And you don't need to put it in the ocean. Just put it in the waste, in the trash, and then it will be safe from the ocean. So I put it on top here, and that is not very difficult, and will make a nice even surface of the cake by tomorrow. And as always, like always, I will show you a photo. See that always looks like now. Okay, right? Goes into the fridge, firms up. Tomorrow my friends can come ready to eat, to enjoy. For you too, probably. You may be enjoying it already now. You can give me your opinion. I would like to hear that. And subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube and have another video every single day.